This chimney is leaking bad, and it has been for a while. Let's talk about leaky chimneys, especially the fieldstone variety down. It does have a cap, which is great. If it didn't have a good cap, it'd be even worse. But a few problems. I don't exactly know what went wrong on this, other than a few things like when you've got a crack so tiny between your stone, you can't get your tool in there to push the mortar between and get a good connection between the stones and the mortar. So what you'll have is you might have some mortar in between here, but it's not pushed tight with that tool, and then you get a little bit of a void, a crack, some water gets in there and freezes, boom, bigger crack. So a few problems. One, they put the roof on. This is a chase box, meaning it's wood covered in stone. It's not a real stone chimney. So they had a wood box, roofers put the shingles on, and then they came and put the stone on top of the shingles. So if there's flashing, it's buried underneath a bunch of stone. There is absolutely nothing that can be done about that other than trying to flash into this stone with a piece of flashing on the outside, which would be an absolute nightmare. Or, take off all the stone and rebuild it. I'm sure there's other options, but anyway, they're not great. Why is this leaking? Let's go in, get a little closer. Okay, see that? A lot of water can get in there. The hole right there, a lot of water can get in that hole. And that's just, those are probably the worst ones. But there's other ones like that. And this bad boy here, it's got quite a few cracks in it. But I don't need any other stuff besides what I just showed you. And fixing this, there's not a lot of great options. So what I'm doing right now, cleaning it up with the wire brush, and then I'm gonna caulk all that with some clear solar seal, just to get the leak stopped up temporarily. I wanted to show you this. That wasn't like that when somebody caulked this big crack. But what will happen when you've got moisture buildup in the chimney? So you got those holes and everything, water gets in there, you've got high moisture content inside of the box. And then you seal off the cracks, which actually act as ventilation for the moisture to escape. And the moisture will push on that still flexible caulking and create bubbles. Like that, like that. Let's see. Yep. And this bubble's still got a little bit of moisture in it. You see that little condensation. So don't paint the chimney with a clear sealer. I used to do that. I will be punished in hell for doing that because it's a bad idea. It literally seals and encapsulates the entire chimney, and it starts bubbling everywhere, and then the bubbles start to leak. So a sealer like Thompson's water sealer is not, it's still breathable. So if you spray Thompson's on a chimney like this, it will make it less pervious, I guess. But that's not going to fix those big cracks I showed you. So I hope you're confused, because this is super confusing. And I don't even know what my point is. I think this chimney needs rebuilt. I think all the flashing needs redone, including the shingles, and I think the stone needs rebuilt. But that's another problem for another day. What we're doing today is getting the leaks stopped and letting the homeowner know that he has more issues to deal with later, but at least water doesn't drip on his porch every time it rains. So let's get to it. Okay, if you want to do something like I'm doing, you can't just shoot caulk all over the place. I've got a big crack right here that I want to caulk, but it's all dirty and dusty. If I clean that up, it's going to look a lot more like that. This one's real dirty right here. I got to get these cleaned up, get all the loose stuff off of them, blow it off. Oh my. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so yeah, you can't just get up here and start blowing caulking everywhere. You gotta clean it off first, and then you gotta tool the caulking in with a tool, like your finger probably. If you don't, the stuff don't stick, like that one. So you caulked it, but I still got it's not actually doing anything because it's not stuck. So you got to clean it, blow it off, and then put your caulking on there, start tooling it in. It'll stick after that, at least better than it would before. This one's just too good to not share. That little hole, you're getting all sorts of water rolling down the chimney, and you just got this nice reservoir that will fill up with water that has nowhere to go except through the roof, which is the name of the product that somebody used, through the roof. Anyway, that's ironic. Whew. All those moisture bubbles popping, caulking, and causing more issues than less. Oh, yup.